Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. It's Billy DiNapoli. Welcome to the North American Sports Report, November 27th, 2025, Thanksgiving Day. What better a matchup on Thanksgiving Day than Cowboys versus Indians, the Dallas Cowboys and the Kansas City Chiefs later today at 4:30. Let's get to it. We've got a big day in the NFL today. We're going to pick some games. We're going to go over some injury reports. I do know this, the early game, which is a 1 o'clock kickoff, the Green Bay Packers 7-3-1 travel to the 7-4 Detroit Lions. Of course, as we know, the Detroit Lions and Dallas Cowboys have been the traditional hosts of Thanksgiving games for the last 55 years. 56 now. The Packers travel to the Lions. The Lions are a 2.5-point favorite today. 2.5-point favorite today over Green Bay. This is a big game because, remember, the Lions lost to Green Bay once already early in the season. Green Bay does not have Josh Jacobs on the injury report, which could be big for them. The only guy that they have listed out on offense is Jaden Reed, wide receiver. But they've got Dobbs back, Wicks back. I know they have a defensive tackle out, but everybody else is pretty much whole outside of Reed on offense. They had I'm going to give you the full Packers injury report right now. Defensive tackle Carl Brooks is out on defense, as well as Lucas Van Ness, defensive end. Those are the only guys out on the defensive end. Listen, Mike is in there. Most of their impact players are all there. The only guy missing on offense is wide receiver Jaden Reed. So I don't think Jacobs will be at 100%, but it says here that he is going to play, which originally it was feared that he could be out considerable time, but the knee injury proved to be not much, just a mild sprain. So Josh Jacobs back for the Packers. That's a big deal. In other games, the Chiefs and the Cowboys. The Chiefs are 3.5-point favorites heading into Big D. The Dallas Cowboys will be without Clayton Carson, their corner from Wake Forest, the second-year kid. The Cowboys are a 3.5-point underdog at home. This game looks to be an exciting game. The Chiefs 6-5, still in a must-win situation to secure playoffs, as are the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, the Cowboys are basically chasing the Lions and the Niners, and you know, I would think whoever wins the South, whether it be Carolina, most likely the Buccaneers, I would think that the team that finishes second in the South will eventually drop out. But technically, the Cowboys are behind Carolina, Detroit, and San Francisco. So, like, Dallas, I know they're a nice story and much improved. They seem to have been figuring some things out on defense with the addition to the players, Overshown and acquiring Williams and getting Revel back at corner and the return of their safeties. Even Wilson from Cincinnati, the Cincinnati trade has helped at linebacker. But it might be too little too late. We know their offense is prolific. Dallas, for a realistic chance at the playoffs, I think, in the NFC, would have to go 10-6-1. So, I mean, it means they got to win 5 out of 6 games to have a shot. So, that's where you're at from the Cowboys' perspective. We have the Cincinnati Bengals in the night game tonight, 8:20, traveling to Baltimore to play the Ravens. The Ravens have won 5 straight. They're 6-5. The Bengals are 3-8, and the season's basically over for them. But Joe Burrow will be back tonight under center. That changes the dynamic of this game. Joe Burrow will be back under center for the Bengals tonight. He'll also have Jamar Chase back from his 1-game suspension. The Ravens are a 7-point favorite at home. A 7-point favorite at home. We will not be on Friday. We'll be on Saturday morning to go over all the college, but we're going to give you some of that now because we got a lot of action on Friday in college and pro. There is a 3 p.m. kickoff on Black Friday. The Chicago Bears travel to the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are a 7-point favorite over the Chicago Bears. Eagles coming off a bad loss against the Cowboys. I would figure they're going to be pretty ornery. We'll do all the rest of the NFL games on Sunday morning. And right now, we're going to take a look at some of these point spreads. Lions-Packers is a toss-up game as far as I'm concerned. I never know what Packer offense is going to show up. We know the Lions offense plays a lot better at home. But I'm going to tell you one thing right now. I like the Lions to win this game. I'm taking Detroit straight -2.5. I think they'll probably win the game by a field goal. It'll be a close game. Chiefs Cowboys. This game is tough. These games are going to be great. I think this game's also going to be a close game. I'm taking Dallas +3.5. And Bengals Ravens. I'm taking Cincinnati +7. I don't think that they're going to win the game, but it's a divisional game, and I think the Bengals are going to keep it close. I am picking all these games for the holiday. I'm also going to give you a couple of teasers. I am going to take the Packers in a tease, and I'm taking the Cowboys in a tease. I'm taking the Pack, which will take them to +8.5, and the Cowboys +9.5 in a teaser right there. I am going to take I'm taking the Ravens and the Eagles in a teaser, which will take the Eagles down to -1 and the Ravens down to -1. Ravens -1, Eagles -1. Two-team teaser, Packers Cowboys. Two-team teaser, Pack +8.5, Cowboys +9.5, and we're taking three straight bets. We're taking a Dallas +3.5, Bengals +7, and we're taking Detroit -2.5. You know what? I honestly, the way the Lions looked against the Giants on defense was just god awful. You know what? I'm scratching the Detroit bet. Not going to pull the trigger. We're going to keep it at 4. Dallas +3.5, Cincinnati +7, the Pack Cowboys in a two-team teaser, Ravens Eagles in a two-team teaser, putting them both at -1. Ravens Eagles, Pack Cowboys, Dallas straight, Bengals straight. Gave you 2 straight bets and two-team teasers. This is just for Thursday, Friday. We are 40-42-1 in the NFL. We are 23-25-1 in college. We've got some college action today and tomorrow we're going to get to right now. Okay, let's see here. You know what? I think I really need an engineer behind the glass. Please donate to our Cash App and Venmo so we can hire a engineer behind the glass. You know, like Christopher Mad Dog Russo has and Colin Coward, because this way, you know, we can have, we can have a little, more special effects, more fun stuff, and this way, I can have when I do the picks, you'll hear little things like this, or little things like this. Oh, wait a second, no, we don't want to get sued by Fox. Anyway, okay, we're going to do some college picks right now. Tonight we have the Memphis Tigers, my brother's alma mater, and they are hosting Navy. Navy at 8-2, Memphis at 8-3. Memphis is favored by 3.5. That hook bothers me. Both these teams are good. I'm taking Memphis tonight, money line, which is -160 right now, and I'm going to take them. That's a little bit steep to lay, but I think the Tigers are going to find a way to win their final home game of the season. Moving forward, tomorrow tomorrow we got a full slate of college. Of course, the big games come, well, there's big games tomorrow, but Saturday, of course, a lot of the college football playoffs, actually all of the college football playoff scenarios should be decided. You might have to wait for a result from a conference championship game the following week, but most of it should be decided tomorrow. Obviously, if you're a Miami Hurricanes fan, you are currently ranked 12th in the college football playoff, but that doesn't mean you're in. You need to account for the Power 5 champion, which is the champion of the remaining weaker conferences, and obviously the 4 conference champions. I saw people fighting all over the social media saying, well, the Canes are going to be ranked higher than the ACC champion, so they'll get in. That is not my understanding. That has never happened. The 4 conference champions get the automatic bid, and the Power 5 team get the automatic bid. So if you're ranked higher than, let's say, the Power 5 champion or the ACC champion, you have to jump 2 spots. So if you're 12th, like the University of Miami is, essentially it's like being 14. So the Canes are going to need some help. Of any of these teams, Ole Miss, Oklahoma, Alabama, Notre Dame, BYU. Okay, those are the teams you're going to be rooting against. Now, I highly doubt Notre Dame will lose to Stanford. I have a better chance of growing here. But Oklahoma's playing LSU. That's a rivalry game. Bama is at Auburn in the Iron Bowl. That's a rivalry game. The Egg Bowl is, Ole Miss and Mississippi State, and with all this news swirling around, will Lane Kiffin stay at Ole Miss, or will he go to LSU or Florida? That's the distraction. So if you're Canes fans, you need like 2 of 5 things to happen. The ACC title game journey for Miami would be Virginia Tech upsetting Virginia at Virginia, which is unlikely. Wake Forest beating Duke at Duke, which is a little more likely. And then you have to beat Pittsburgh. There's even some more crazy convoluted things that go with that, but I don't think that's very likely. They're saying there's a 10% chance of that happening now. ESPN, somehow that went from 8% to 10%. I don't know how that factors in. But like I said, they're going to need help from Oklahoma losing, or Alabama losing, or BYU losing, or Ole Miss losing, or Notre Dame losing. You could say Vanderbilt too, but Vanderbilt's behind us right now. But you know what? Probably throw Vanderbilt in there too, because if they beat Tennessee this weekend, Tennessee's ranked, they may jump. We've already passed Utah based on them eking out a victory last week at 51-47, where they gave up, 8 million yards on their defense gave up about 360 yards rushing, and the game had almost 1,200 yards of total offense in it. It was not impressive, and Utah was jumped by Miami, but that only jumped Miami from 13 to 12, and like I said, there's 2 spots that are going to be accounted that aren't accounted yet. So if you're 12 and you're Miami, it's really like being 14. So Miami's going to need help. And like I said, you need if Ole Miss and Oklahoma lose, you're getting in. If Oklahoma loses, that's huge. I would think if Ole Miss loses to Mississippi State, I could see them dropping 6 spots when you lose to a 5-win team. Okay, I could see that happening. That game is tomorrow. Ole Miss at 5-6 Mississippi State. Ole Miss is a 7-point favorite. If Ole Miss loses that game, they could drop out of the top 12. If Oklahoma gets a 3rd loss, they're definitely out of the top 12. And if Alabama gets a 3rd loss, they're definitely out, as is Notre Dame, as is Vanderbilt, as is BYU. But we are ahead of Vanderbilt right now. So I would say, if you're a Miami fan, you are rooting for that. Your best chance into the dance is that way, the outright bid, not the trip to the ACC championship game. So you are rooting for 2 of those 5 things to happen, which, according to ESPN, that has a 38% chance of happening. You see, hold on to update the odds here. Okay, so they have it as a 9% chance to get to the a 9% chance to get to the ACC title game, and a 39% chance for 2 of those 5 teams to lose. That's what you got, Miami. That's what you're looking at. Okay, so let's go over the Friday college games. I told you I like Memphis in a money line pick. I'm not giving the hook tonight. I am 23-25-1 in college this season. Tomorrow we have Iowa at Nebraska, battle of 7-4 teams. Iowa is a 6-point favorite. That has no bearing on anything. Neither does Ohio University versus Buffalo. So we don't care about those. Neither does 2 losers like Kent State and Northern Illinois. Utah 9-2 at Kansas. If the Canes take care of their business, Utah can't really jump into the fray. Utah's in the same boat as Miami. They'll need 2 of those 5 teams or 2 of those 6 teams to lose. Vanderbilt is currently 14th, so they are behind Utah as well. They're looking at the same scenario. Those 5 squads, they need 2 of those 5 teams to lose that I mentioned: Alabama, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, Notre Dame, and BYU. Those are the main 5. You need 2 of those 5 to lose if you are Vanderbilt, Utah, and the University of Miami. Georgia Tech. Georgia is a 14-point favorite at Georgia Tech. That's a 3:30 game. Georgia Tech has fallen. They are now ranked 24th in the nation. They are almost out of the top 25. They have fallen out of everything. Georgia is 4th ranked in the country. They're a 14-point favorite in that rivalry game. What else? San Diego State 9-2 at 8-3 New Mexico. San Diego State is a 1.5-point favorite. Temple at 10-1 North Texas. North Texas is a 20.5-point favorite. North Texas right now has a great chance to get that Power 5 berth in the playoff. Boise State -3 at Utah State. 7-4 Boise State, 6-3 Utah. You know what, guys? Here, let me give you the start times for these pivotal games. Navy obviously plays Thanksgiving Eve at Memphis, 7:30 p.m. Iowa, Nebraska is tomorrow at noon. Utah, Kansas is tomorrow at noon. Air Force, Colorado State, nobody cares. 2 loser teams. 3:30 is Georgia at Georgia Tech. Temple at North Texas is 3:30. Boise State at Utah is 4. Here's a big game tomorrow. Texas A&M, 3rd ranked versus 16th ranked Texas. I don't care even if Texas wins. A 3-loss team is not getting in the dance. Texas A&M is -2.5. Texas is +2.5. They will host the Aggies in a interstate rivalry battle. The number 2 ranked Indiana Hoosiers are at Purdue. They are a 28.5-point favorite. The 2nd ranked Hoosiers. That's at 7:30 tomorrow night. We got a lot of Friday action. Okay, last Friday game, Arizona at Arizona State. Both teams 8-3. Arizona is 25th ranked. -1.5. Arizona is the favorite. Okay, implication games. Obviously, 7:30 p.m. Texas A&M continues to uphold their their number 3 ranking in the polls. They are a 2.5-point favorite at Texas. What are the other big games? Georgia Tech. Georgia is -14 at Georgia Tech. Utah -10.5 at Kansas. What else we got? Noontime. Big game, noontime tomorrow. I'll have my eyes glued on this. Ole Miss -7 at Mississippi State. This is big for Ole Miss. They have a lot of distractions. Obviously, the rumors are Lane Kiffin may take a job with LSU. He may take a job with Florida. He may go to the pros. The first 2 are the more likely scenarios. So we will see what happens there. Will that be a distraction for Ole Miss? I know, being a University of Miami backer, I'm hoping so. That's for dang sure. So, okay. We gave you Memphis money line. I don't really see anything else that we're crazy about on Friday. I don't see anything I'm crazy about on Friday. Do I or do I not? I was looking at these. You know what? I do actually see a teaser that I really do like here. I am taking North Texas, the Mean Green. I'm taking North Texas, and I am taking, where was the other one? I'm taking North Texas, and I'm going to tease the North Texas game with Utah. Utah is minus 10.5. That will bring Utah down to minus 3.5. Minus 4.5. So Utah at Kansas. So Utah will be minus 4.5, and North Texas will bring them down to minus 14.5. I think North Texas is going to crush Temple. They're going to absolutely crush Temple. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what I got for you. At college, we're taking Memphis money line, and we have a two-team teaser: the North Texas Mean Green and the Utes in a two-team teaser. Those are our two picks in college. I'm going to tell you another thing. I will have on Saturday morning. We'll go over all the games. I'll be on at 11:30 Saturday morning. Actually, it's probably earlier Saturday. Saturday morning, I'll be on probably around 9 o'clock, 9 in the morning, between 9 and 9:30. You'll see the notification. Remember, guys, I do this around my work schedule. It's not always right on the mark. I do this for the love. I do this for the fun. And I hope everybody's enjoying it. Please subscribe to the North American Sports Report. I want you to, that's our YouTube channel, and I'd like you to follow our Facebook page, and I'd also like you to follow Billy D on Billy DiNapoli on Instagram, and follow me on Facebook, because the show, it does air live on Billy DiNapoli Facebook, and it airs live on our YouTube channel, North American Sports Report. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and please like and subscribe to our we have a fan page too, a North American Sports Report fan page, where you can post your own sports stories, your own sports opinions. All you got to do is join. Anybody can join, and you can also post your own sports opinions. You can call me an idiot. You can post pictures of when you're at the games. Send us photos. We get all sorts of cool stuff from our followers on there, where you can voice your own opinions and post them. Again, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're always live on our YouTube channel, North American Sports Report, and the Billy DiNapoli Facebook page. We do repost on North American Sports Report right after. I thank you guys for tuning in, and we've appreciated the support. I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is about, being thankful for the things you have, your family, your health. I know some people out there in, the world today are hurting, and, listen, when you have things good and you're healthy and your feet hit the ground every day and your family is healthy, you have to be appreciative and always try to help others as well when you can. I know it's tough out there for some people, but I want you to enjoy the day, enjoy the football, enjoy the food, the family. And I appreciate you guys. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. And I will be back on Saturday morning. We didn't really touch on any NBA or NHL today, but we will go over all of that Saturday morning before we hit college football. We'll do a rundown of the NBA and a rundown of the NHL. I do know that the last night the Islanders lost 3-1 at home, which was disappointing, because they've now lost 3 games to the Boston Bruins after seemingly playing great against everyone else. And the Florida Panthers blew a 2-0 lead at home. Still short-handed, the Panthers are, but we're playing better. But they dropped a They blew a 2-0 lead and lost 4-2 last night at home to the Flyers. The last goal being an empty netter. The Tampa Bay Lightning are red hot and they routed the Calgary Flames. I guess you know what? I already opened the can, didn't I? So we'll go over that real quick. Toronto Maple Leafs beat the Blue Jackets 2-1. The Leafs are 500. Caps have been pretty off to a decent start, 4-3. Well, we did take the Band-Aid off now, so we are going to just go over the NHL really quickly. The Lightning have gotten hot. They're in first place in the Atlantic, 14-7-2. A hot start. They routed the Flames 5-1 last night. The surprising Senators are 12-7-4, and they've done that without Brady Tkachuk, who is coming back this week from injury. The Bruins are 14-11. They defeat the Islanders last night 3-1. Montreal has been in a slide at 12-7-3. They had lost 5 straight, but now they have won 2 in a row to start to get off the mat. Last night, the Devils defeated the Blues in overtime 3-2. The Devils have been toughing it out without Jack Hughes. The Devils are 9-0-1 at home, undefeated in regulation at home. A disappointing loss for the Red Wings last night to the hapless Predators, 6-3. A disappointing loss for the Islanders to the Bruins, 3-1 last night, considering Boston has defeated them 3 times, 3 out of 3 this season. Sabres are defeated by Pittsburgh 4-2. The Rangers defeated Carolina. Nice win for the Broadway Blue Shirts, 4-2 last night. Minnesota defeated Chicago 4-3. The best team in hockey right now, the Colorado Avalanche, defeated the Sharks 6-0. Montreal beat Utah last night 4-0. Canadians over to Mammoth. The Vancouver Canucks beat the Anaheim Ducks 5-4. The aforementioned Senators defeated the Golden Knights. That's a nice win for them on the road, 4-3. The Red Hot Dallas Stars defeated the Seattle Kraken 3-2. Up-to-date standings. As we said, the Atlantic: Lightning, Senators, Bruins, Canadians, Red Wings, Panthers, Leafs, Sabres. Metropolitan Division: Devils 15-7-1, Canes 14-7-2, Caps 13-9-2, Islanders 13-9-2, Penguins 11-6-5, Flyers 12-7-3 and playing better, followed by the Blue Jackets and Rangers. If the playoffs had started today, Lightning, Senators, Bruins, Devils, Hurricanes, Capitals are your top 3s, and your wild cards are the Canadians and the Islanders. If the playoffs started today, Western Conference, Avalanche 17-1-5. That is off the hook for Nathan McKinnon and company. Off the hook. Stars 15-5-4. Wild 13-7-4. Mammoth 12-9-3. Followed by the Hawks, Jets, Blues, and Predators. The young, surprising Anaheim Ducks 14-8-1, but only 1 point behind them is the Knights 10-5-8. This is the Pacific, followed by the Kraken, Kings, Sharks, Oilers, Canucks, and the hapless Calgary Flames. If the playoffs started today, Avalanche, Stars, Wild, Ducks, Knights, Kraken, and your wild cards would be the Mammoth and the Kings of LA. That's your hockey roundup. We will touch base on the NBA Saturday morning. We'll do a little basketball. We are out. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I love you guys. I hope you have a great day with family, great food, and football. We'll see you Saturday morning.